Shit, it's funny how quick you move from the bottom to the top. She gave me top, so I moved to the bottom. This world of stardom. Marble floors, panoramic views. The reason why I ain't make it to church to sit in the pew.
Yo, what's good, y'all? This is Doug E. Fresh. Much love and much respect. You are listening to my man Enigma September of the Enigma September Hour. As we go a little something like this. Hit it.
I see the light, 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 I see the light.
I know it's hard to see the light in the world. That's why I meditate with Zeus when I enlighten the world. I'm a Gemini, but I don't like the diamond and pearls. Cause nowadays I'm on a mission trying to fight for the girls. And yo, I swear it hurts because normally I be with the guys. But when it comes to raping our women, I won't sympathize. No, you quick to lie, but no, I be the guy that hit the Christ. Quick to victimize, never visualize the victimize. It probably be the one she trusts in her care. She probably screaming at her daddy while you touching me there. She probably crying in the mirror while she cutting her hair. It probably happened at the church, so tell me what can you wear? It could happen to my daughter when it's not that dark. It give me shakes when the lines blur, it's not her fault. I got to plead with her, never let a boy in the heart. And try to give her pepper spray so she avoiding the salt. I see the light,
I see the light, I see the light, I see the light, I see the light, I see the light, I see the light, I see the light, I see the light, I see the light, I see the light, I see the light, I see the light, I see the light, I see the light, I see the light, I see the light.
All right, boom, boom, boom. We back. This is your boy Enigma September, and you are now listening to the Enigma Sept Hour, episode 154. All up in your earlobe. That's what we're doing it for. Straight out of Tally Ho. You see the grays in my beard because I'm getting old. They ain't ready. They ain't ready for it. They're not ready, bro. They're not ready, bro. They're not ready. Simple rhymes, boy. Anyway, this is episode 154 of the Enigma Sept Hour podcast brought to you by Freedom Train Radio. Thank you very much to everyone involved. Tonight, or today, rather, or this morning, whenever you listen to the podcast, the guest we have tonight. What's that? Where am I getting that from? I forget. What is it? The Warriors? The guest we have tonight. Anyway, it's my man, the one, the only. Actually, not the only, because apparently there's some white guy playing guitar named Adrian Dickey as well. I looked it up for YouTube. I looked up Adrian Dickey and some white dude popped up. I'm like, who was that? But one and only Adrian Dickey, a.k.a. AD of Goldie Sound Production, will be here on the podcast. Man, I'm excited. I'm excited because my man's done a lot of work, not just here in the city in Tallahassee, but just in music, period. And like last week, I'm sure this is another guest that will have a wealth of information for those out there who are just interested in music, those out there who are interested in either getting into music, or if you're already into music, or entertainment or media or whatever it might be. So big shout out to my man Sean Woods, formerly known as Sean D. Let's give him his props. That 2-hour podcast. Man, don't say I don't give y'all nothing. Don't say I don't give you guys anything. Oh, while I'm at it, I forgot. What you just heard, the song you just heard, my apologies, was See the Light. See the Light by my man Kyriq. Big to Kyriq. Yeah, I'm going to Texas right now, working for NASA. He with the feds or whatever. He with the feds. Yo, shouts out on Bravo. Chisel. I see you, boy. And hang on. I see you. Do that thing. Do that. You know why? Because us Libras are special. And our season is coming up. So Virgos, y'all helping wrap this thing on up. Y'all cool and everything, but wrap this thing on up. Anyway, let me stop. Because speaking of one Virgo, today, or at least the day of the recording, is the birthday of my grandma, Countess Moore. So here's some applause. All the claps. Hey, yo. But no, today would have been her 88th birthday. Unfortunately, she passed away way too early at the age of 50. And yeah, so we had a get together on virtually. Me and my family had a get together to celebrate her birth date. And yeah, man, all the talents, all the talents. It was this gift of gab. This gift of gab. I can, if not attest to her, I can attest to her father, who his birthday was exactly a week ago. So there's that. And yeah, man, September babies are the best. That's what it comes down to. My great granddaddy, my grandma, and me. It's what we do. It's how it go down. So yeah, if you want great babies born in September, just go ahead and plan to get busy around Christmas time. That's get busy around Christmas time, bro. New Year's babies. Hey. Get busy. What we got? Y'all know I'll be playing these first 5 minutes. Yo, if you are in the comments in the chat, make sure you leave a comment. YouTube, man, hit that subscribe button straight up. If you're listening through YouTube, hit that subscribe button, leave a comment, leave a like, all of that. Hit that share button too. If you're listening to the podcast, make sure to hit that subscribe button, that download. And you can also check us out, Freedom Train Radio, the app. I'm not sure if we're in Apple Store just yet. So you Apple users, y'all continue to be Steve Jobs slaves. That's fine. But over here in Android land, if you just go to that App Store, download the Freedom Train Radio app. I'm talking smack because Fee is in my eyesight. She's a Steve Jobs slave with a little funky iPhone. I can't do half the stuff I do. Yeah, you like that finger, don't you? Laying around. Woo! Fee told me you took my advice about the knuckle and the foot rub. You're welcome. That must be my man DJ, aka Killer Cali. And bro, man, don't try me, bro. I've been rubbing feet since you was doing multiplication in middle school, my boy. I trust me. I took a little advice, but I was being friendly. I know what to do. Now, I'm telling you, shout out my man, Killer Cali, his wife Sarah, down there in Lake Wales. In the Lake Wales area, and you're in a bit of trouble. Y'all make sure to holler at Sarah Bush Law. They gonna do you right, man. Sarah is a genius, a social activist, warrior, and yeah, my man Killer Cali, he picked the right one for him. And actually, she was salute to him because hey, to deal with what she do and to have her back through all of that, that takes a certain type of man. You know what I mean? Sarah Jones lost to Sarah Bush. Said it all wrong. Rewind. Get it together, E. If you are in the Lake Wales area and you need legal assistance, in particular, family law, criminal law, need to take a look at Sarah Jones Law. Look up Sarah Jones Law. They're gonna look out for you. All right. Now I can't give you no code. We ain't got no hookup. I'm just doing this off the strength and the love of my people. So y'all make sure to do that. Sarah Jones Law. Yeah, that's a Sarah Bush. I probably did say Sarah Bush. That's disrespectful. Anyway, speaking of, because I meant to do this anyway. I meant to do this a long time ago. I can't be plugging in other people's wives and ain't plugging in my wife. So if you're in the Tallahassee area, or sometimes we even travel, you got photography needs, you can holler at photography. That's PHOTOGRAFE, and holler at Felicia Williams Nicholson. And she, you know what I'm saying, she ain't gonna hook you up, but for the right price, she gonna come down and do what she gotta do. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man. Yeah. For the whole information. It's too late now, dog. Y'all better look at the comments. Now, and also, speaking of wives in their business ventures, my wife has started a new business venture. She's now what you call it, baby?
I'm just opening up a private dinner business.
A private dinner consultant. That's what I'm gonna make it fancy. Phenomenal private dinner consulting. You know what I'm saying? She'll come at you. You know what I'm saying? You tell her what to get. She's gonna whip that thing up and set your dinner up. You know what I'm saying? So if you want to set up a nice dinner and you don't want to do it yourself, you can holler at Felicia and she'll hook that up for you. You check my Facebook page to see the pictures that she, you know what I'm saying, she already did. So y'all want to holler at her because I believe October's already sewn up. Am I correct?
No, that's when it launches.
That's when it launches, but I'm saying you already got people.
I'm starting to get business.
Okay, so October is when it launched. No pun intended. So y'all better get on your G if you want part of that. You know what I mean? Bro, every episode, I'm learning. I'm still learning from you, my boy. You know what I mean? Also, shoot. To anybody out there, y'all see I'm plugging in my wife business, plugging in my dog Killer Cali, DJ Bush, plugging in his wife business. Could be plugging in your business. Just saying. Holler at your boy. Getting them DMs. See what we can do. Make a situation work. Where, I can tell people about what you got going on. But you got to holler at your boy. All right, speaking of business, real quick. Y'all let me know in the comments. Hit me up. Yo, you taking the 500,000 or you taking the conversation with Jay-Z? 500,000 in the conversation with Jay-Z. What you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you, bad? Now let me stop for you. Tag me on that. YouTube ain't gonna let you do nothing. Facebook either. Can't say a thing. Lord. All right, man. Let me get into it. We halfway through the episode. And a quarter through the episode. They ain't even get to the news. Y'all see how I do? That's why you get 2-hour podcasts from Enigma, because he don't know how to shut his mouth. Of course, man. Hate to do it, but it's part of life, man. Rest in peace to Michael K. Williams, famed actor and activist, just all around everyday black man. Unfortunately, he passed away this week. I don't know if it's been determined just yet, but it was stated that it may have been due to an overdose on heroin and fentanyl, the dangerous drug that actually took out like 3 comedians, like I think a couple days before he got to Michael K. Williams. So yeah, you guys got to be more careful, as my mama would say. But hopefully he's at peace now. Actually, there was some people that we was about to get up out of here. My man was trying to be at peace, but you got forever troll 50 Cent that wanted to talk noise. What did he say? He posted, it's deleted now. He was like, damn, if you didn't see Raising Canaan, check it out. That fentanyl is no joke. Killing the clientele. RIP Michael K. Williams. First of all, just man, get 50 Cent up out of here, bro. We ain't got time for that foolishness, bro. Get that boy up out of here. Now apparently there had been some beef between the actor and one of the executive. They ain't gonna do that. 50 Cent doing this thing. But apparently some beef stemming from Michael K. Williams' defense of what's my man name? I forgot the dude's name. Anyway, it's the gangster that henchman. I can't think of that boy's name. Was Jimmy Henchman? I think it was Jimmy Henchman. Anyway, Jimmy Henchman was out here. He was shaking and moving in the early 2000s, and apparently there was some beef because Michael K. Williams was defending Jimmy Henchman. And so, but the man dead 50, like something wrong. So that's dog, you 40-something years old, bro. Like the whole troll thing ain't even it's not even a good look. It's not like you being petty, it's not even a good look, you know. And I don't. And the thing is, we gonna give him a pass because he do good business. He out here doing shows and this, that, and the third. So, like, you disrespecting the dead, bro? For what? And then you know you're wrong because you deleted the message. I would have respected you for just keeping it up, being like, it is what it is. But you know you just being, I don't know. That's scary. I don't want to be that immature in life. I don't care how rich it will make me. I'm good. Just all about having self-respect. Self-respect. You know, you respecting other people is showing respect for yourself. Yeah, you just gonna put yourself in a position to look crazy out here in these streets for nobody. That it's a level of self-esteem that you hold back instead of feeling like you got to get at any and everybody. You feel me? But regardless, I'm not even the worst of disrespect that happened this week. This news was reported Saturday that apparently some hoodlums, I'm gonna say hoodlums, went to the tomb of the young deceased rapper Pop Smoke and vandalized his tomb, broke open the doorway, and even pulled out the casket. And they said they could tell the casket was pulled out because it had like markings that you could tell that something had been pulled out of the casket. And bro, like I told Fee, I do a lot of times. I hate when a lot of times you hear people say, "Oh, this generation this and this generation that," and I really cringe when people do that because it's like, yo, don't act like we weren't out here, in the 90s, in the 2000s, doing some crazy stuff. Don't act like we weren't doing that. But yeah, man, going to somebody's tomb, and for whatever reason, whether you just want to verify they actually died, or you wanted to, you thought maybe they had jewelry on at the funeral, and you were trying to rock. Like, it don't matter. It don't matter. That's sick. That's just new level sickness. It's celebrity. Celebrity culture in America is definitely a sickness already. But that's I can't describe it, bro. It's scary. It's just scary, man. But hopefully, again, RIP Michael K. Williams, RIP to Pop Smoke. And when I mean RIP, I really mean RIP. May they really rest in peace, and we don't disturb them, and just allow them to rest and let that be it. Let the bygones be bygones. Still got some more bad news. The bad news doesn't end. You bastard. You went away so you can go to the corridors of academia and left me here with my note. You bastard. Y'all need to what? Y'all need to look at TikTok. If you don't, I don't know what to tell you. Anyway, Nicki Minaj, actually, I guess tonight, again, of the recording, Sunday night is the 2021 VMAs. I know you don't care. I know you don't care. Anyway, so it was talks that Nicki Minaj had to pull out of the VMAs, and there was a question why. And apparently, we found out her husband pled guilty to not registering as a sex offender, and so now I believe it's a federal case at this point. It's not a state case; it's a federal case, and he's looking at 10 years. And the feds don't play. He gonna serve something. If it's the feds, he's serving something. He may just get a year and a day because he pled, but he's serving something. But yeah, but they say he's facing up to 10 years in prison, so we'll see how that develops. On one end, that's her husband, and I'm pretty sure she don't want to see that, especially they got a child. I think it's a little boy. I don't want that child not to have their father around. But on the other end, you're a sex offender, bro. And there was reports or rumors that they was trying to intimidate the victim. I told you guys this a few episodes ago. Yeah, just looking real sick. I'm not sure if I'm gonna really feel bad if this man got to serve time. Again, feel bad for Nikki because that's her husband, sort of, kind of. Really feel bad for the child, but other than that, yeah, you're a sick old bucko. You need to relax for a long term. Not making a joke about that because it's not a joke. And you just heard Kyriq. I see the light. Hopefully, Nikki will see the light. Get rid of that bum. I'm sorry. I ain't the one to want to see marriages break up, but you marry a bum, like you deserve to get bum treats and tricks and all of that. But if he ain't marry a bum, she marry a fat boy though. Speaking of marriage, Trina, the baddest. Well, I just can't say Trina. There's no other Trina. So when I say Trina, y'all know what I mean, right? I always feel like I got to add something like Trina from Miami. Anyway, Trina of Nan Nigga fame is engaged. Congratulations. Apparently somebody screenshotted a Zoom call, disrespectful, and she indicated that she's engaged to be married. So, yeah, man. Shouts out to Trina. And, Stess, the MC, I owe you a shot, bro. I know it's heartbreaking. That's my man, old lady. You know what I'm saying? That's the old lady. All these boys hurting, man. Tareef done lost Rihanna. Stess done lost Trina. It's just, man, it's hard out here for a pimp. He don't ever do that again. Yo, okay. Final piece of the news. I got some time. I actually got some time. I don't know what the world going on. All this time, this news ain't feeding. Tuesday. Finally got the verses between Fat Joe and Ja Rule. Say it again. I still think Fat Joe was squeaky. I think it's gonna be a tie. think a lot of people think Fat Joe gonna get blown out. Pause. Nope. I think it's gonna be a good tie. I think it's gonna be a tie. They're gonna tie. The last song they both gonna play is what's the song? What's Love? With an L-U-V, not L-O-V-E. L-U-V. It's like corny the early 2000s were. Anyway, it's gonna be What's Love. Ashanti gonna come out. Well, fine self. I can't say it out loud. It's my wife over there. But Ashanti fine to be the same age I am. They don't look like me and Ashanti the same age, but we are. That's crazy. Anyway, Ashanti gonna come out and they go, What's Love? Gotta read it. E, why are you singing the song that way? Because I don't want YouTube to hit my page and be like, copyright. Anyway, so I think that's what's going to happen. So we'll see. Apparently, but speaking of Fat Joe, I'm trying to tell you, when you get love, the hate going to come. The hate is going to come. And I spoke about this when word got out that it was a Cuban link, came out and had some things to say about Fat Joe. And now Big Pun's wife has some choice words for Fat Joe. And it is what it is. You know what I mean? It is what it is. But I don't know. Joe just got to keep his head up, keep it moving. I'm pretty sure he used to. I mean, and this ain't the first time, really. Like, they've been doing this for, almost over 20 years now. Pun died in 99. Like, every now and then, once Fat Joe get to a certain level of notoriety or his name is really out there, here come Cuban Link. Here come, Big Pun wife or whatever. And no disrespect, not saying that her beef or whoever she had to say about Fat Joe is invalid. But it seemed like it's a cycle. Anytime Fat Joe kind of gets some traction in the fame department. But hey, that's the life. What else we got, man? So apparently, sorry, you Yeezy's disciples, but looks like Drake beat Kanye. Drake beat Kanye, be it that Certified Lover Boy. It's the first album this year to sell over 500,000 K. Y'all lame. Yo. This the album? Out of all the albums that came out this year, Certified Lover Boy. That's what y'all like. Oh, okay. Anyway, so yeah, man, Drake has been destroying all kind of records. Supposedly, I mean, it could be part of the rollout. Drake is breaking records, and they get streaming forms. Y'all know how it go. And the bad thing is, like, I think that the lead single is that one horrible song with I'm So Sexy. He sampled I'm So Sexy, and that's what they're going with. I should have known because they got Future and Young Thug, which is another reason why the song is whack. Anyway, yeah, so congratulations, Drake. I think someone said, like, this is his best album. What? Huh? It's neither of their best albums. They passed their peak. Both albums were okay, but them boys passed their peak. But maybe I'm just hating. Maybe I'm just waiting for this new Freddie Gibbs to come out. Or maybe I'm just waiting for this new Kendrick. And maybe I'm just waiting to see if Kendrick gonna shoot back at Freddie. I'm joking. Yeah, apparently Freddie dropped a freestyle to one of them Drake songs, and he may have taken a shot at Kendrick Lamar, but I'm pretty sure it was just out of the spirit of competition, if you will, because I know Freddie had took a shot at Nas after the whole Grammy thing, but it wasn't like no beef. He was just like, yo, that nigga won an award I wanted to win, so you know what I'm saying? Fuck that nigga. Basically. Get out of here. All right. All right, Nas, get these bars. So I don't think it's anything serious. So y'all relax. Anyway, we're gonna go ahead, man, get into this next track, and we're gonna come back and let y'all talk to the man of the hour, my man AD. So what we got? Oh, we got my man Trizzy. You gotta say people's name right. Trizzy, got my man Trizzy. Actually, he was part of my man's DJ Bush. They got the can't say it like Gangsterville. DJ Bush. The DJ Bush 60-second showcase, which go live on his Facebook page every Thursday at 8 o'clock, 7:30, around that time. 7:30 on his Facebook page. So y'all check out DJ Bush. Look at DJ Bush, man. And also too, artists holler at him because he playing your songs and you get feedback from your songs, and boom, exposure, all of that. So holler at my boy DJ Bush, straight up. But my man Trizzy, he was part of the lineup this week. I told him to holler at me. He hollered at me, and now I'm playing his music. So this is Trizzy with Sneaky Link, aka Come Over, and then we're gonna come back with my man AD. This is the Enigma Sept Hour. You got time, baby.
This your boy Gangsterville checking it in with the Enigma Sept Hour.
Can I come
So I had this girl,
over?
right?
Come on,
She was telling me how
come
she
over.
heard one of my raps, man. She was like, "Ooh, I like your voice. Do something to me."
Come over.
One of them clothes ain't off yet.
Can I come over?
315 texting me, can she slide to the crib? I'd be a fool if I don't let her bring her finance here. Bad shots from Remy Martin, make a real pill. I usually want the top, but get on top and switch gears. Freak bitch, you probably mentioned on a couple of my songs. Teddy P and Joe C playing all night long. When I'm tipsy, she know the stroke is to be respected. Grab a throat, pull her hair, and rip off her necklace. When I beat down her wall, she know this ain't no Tetris. She got that baptism, and I'm in need of a reverend. Asking why I'm mad, bitch, you know I'm in a session. But best believe when I leave you, I already know I'm stepping. Slick nigga, slim nigga with a big dick. She want that key sweat, she don't want that quick fix. I don't put her to bed, she get a tip, I peep it. When I come around, I fuck on that Tempur-Pedic. 420 friendly bowl full of residue. She fucking with me, I'm different than the rest of these dudes. I had to ask her one time if she heard my music. She said, no, you got some slow shit, we can fuck to it. That shit groovy, cold as ice, I'ma make a smoothie. Steven Spielberg, this shit about to be a movie. You hardly get a chance to see behind the scenes. What's behind the jeans, make old school lose his ED. College girl, PhD. Beloved nigga that running these streets. Deep inside your soul, you know we'll never be. But as long as you ride in the D, I know you're right for me.
Hello.
Yo, what's up? I was just returning your text. I'm trying to see what's up with you. Yo. Go ahead and pull up.
Can I come over? Come over. Come over. Come over. Can I come over? Come over. Come over.
Can I come over? Come over. Can I come over? Yo, this is the Enigma Sept Hour with your boy Enigma September. What you just heard was Trizzy with Sneaky Link, aka Come Over. And without further ado, I got my man AD in the building. What's good, bro? What's up, my boy? AD, you hear me? Uh-oh. Can't hear him.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me now?
There we go. Yeah, there
All
we
right,
go.
Cool. What's happening?
What's good, bro? Let me give you another hand clap. I'm at AD in the building. Goldie Sound Productions. Yeah, before I get into it, apparently my mom is watching, and I was doing all that cussing. Mom, I'm sorry. If I would have known, I would have been more mindful. But here we are. That's one more phrase. Got to be more careful. Got to be more careful.
Yes, sir.
Anyway, how you doing, my boy? What's going on?
I'm good, man. I'm doing real well, man. How about yourself?
I am doing great. I'm sitting here with you. This interview started, and I'm gonna go ahead and let the cat out the bag. I told everyone involved I was gonna do this. So apparently, those in podcast land and everywhere else, my man Adrian was a crush to somebody back in elementary school. He's trying to sneak off. Don't try to sneak off now. Don't try to sneak off now. And that person is my wife, Felicia. What? But I would say this though. I mean, Adrian looked good. I'm a man. I'm secure in my manhood. He looked good. So the fact that she had a crush on somebody that grew up to be good looking as AD made me feel
appreciate
good.
it, man. I appreciate it.
You know, she got good taste. And I'm part of that good tasting. You know
Yes,
what I'm
sir. Yes, sir. Hey, you got her though, man. You know, she's yours. You feel me?
Yeah, no doubt, man. It's a blessing. And speaking of, not just, you know, I have my wife and my family. You are also a family man. Give you your props for that.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it, man.
So I guess one of the first things, let me give you a proper introduction. This man Adrian Dickey, if you guys don't know, he's the CEO, owner, and head engineer over in Goldie Sound Productions, which is a multimedia company which offer all types of media entities, not even though it's a studio, but not just sound production, also graphic arts, video, just multimedia. Anything dealing with media, boom, he got you. And my man, actually, this was one of the great things that got to me was I learned that he used to work at the legendary Patchwerk Studios in Atlanta, Georgia. Pretty much any for your favorite artists, especially if they came, not only if they only came out of Atlanta, but it's in particular if they came out of Atlanta, more than likely they went through that studio. From the Outcasts to the Ushers, TLCs, all of that. A lot of that music came through that studio. My man had the opportunity to work there. So, matter of fact, to get into it, you know what I'm saying? How did you even link up with Patchwerk Studios? How did that work coming from Tallahassee?
So actually, I mean, first starting off, I went to school for audio engineering. So, you know, I got a degree from Full Sail in Orlando. And like you said, I'm from Tallahassee. So once I went to school for it, I was thinking about coming back to Tallahassee, but honestly, I knew it wasn't a market here for what I wanted to do and the level that I wanted to do it at. So I went straight up to Atlanta. And honestly, man, it was kind of luck, man, because I went up there and I didn't have any real plan, no money, no nothing. And I called them up one day because in Patchwerk, there's only one way you can get in there, man, and that's either to book a session or a studio tour. So I didn't have no money to book no session, so I called and booked the studio tour. So I looked around and all that. I went in, I looked around, and on my way out, there was an intern at the time showing me the studio, and I asked him, I said, man, look, man, I just graduated Full Sail. I'm trying to, you know, because I started out as an intern. I was like, I'm trying to get an internship, man. Here goes my resume. You know, like whoever knows in charge, man, know that I'm trying to get in here. And shoot, man, it was luckily like maybe a couple weeks later, I got a call, man, and it's crazy because one of my friends at Full Sail, his whole dream was to work at Patchwerk. And honestly, that was the time I learned about Patchwerk is when he used to tell me about it because he knew people up there. He's like, yeah, man, this is the best studio in Atlanta. When I'm graduating, I'm like, damn, man, I just used to think like that's cool, bro. Like I wish I could do that. And so he graduated before me, went up there to Atlanta before me. He couldn't get that job though for some reason, you know what I'm saying? So when I did studio tour and gave him my resume. I didn't think much would happen, but a couple weeks later, man, I got the call, had an interview, and I was there, bro. And so, like I said, I started out as an intern. I interned for like 2 years, and then I worked there for about another 3 years as an actual hired engineer.
Man, that's crazy. That's crazy. So during the times where you basically was interning, was volunteer work,
Right.
How did you survive? Because Atlanta, it's not the most expensive. It's not San Francisco, but it's still not cheap. So, like, how did you? What was that hustle to be able to work there and do the work you had to do there, and then just basically survive?
Honestly, bro, it's the grace of God. I barely was surviving, to be honest with you, man. During my internship, I went through homelessness, car breaking down, you name it. I went through it all. But my dream and my passion of what I wanted to do just kind of helped me through it all. But when I first went up there, I got an apartment, and I was 20 years old when I first moved up there, man, and I started this job. So young, man, and straight from Tallahassee, first time living in a big city like Atlanta. And I only knew one person up there, and that was the guy who I had went to full. And so I got an apartment, which I finagled my way in getting it. I told him I had a job, but at the time I had no job. So I got this apartment, and then I got a little job at Kroger, the grocery store. And it really wasn't paying much, man. And so I actually ended up losing my apartment and selling all my little equipment that I had at the time, trying to stay afloat, man. But shout out to Kyriq, man, who's the studio owner of Patchwerk, because probably about after a year of me interning, I went to him and my car had broke down, like right on 75. I-75, my car overheated, bro, broke down. I'm done, right? And so I went to him and I was like, bro, like my car broke down. I want to be here. I don't got no money. I don't know what I'm gonna do because I know I got to do runs and all this kind of stuff, but I don't got no car. And him and Bob Whitfield too. I don't know. Bob Whitfield actually is who started Patchwerk originally. Used to play for the Atlanta Falcons. Wife Cherie off of Atlanta Housewife and all that. They went to a bunch of jump, but him and Kyriq, man, it was like, bro, how much it costs to get your car fixed? And I think it was like $3,000 or something. And they loaned me the money, bro. And to get my car back. And also he gave me a little job at the front desk, answering phones while I was still interning, just to try to get some money. So I ended up like spending almost 24 hours a day at the studio every day because I was working, I was interning, and I was working the phones and all of that. You know what I'm saying?
Man, yo, that's like the Patchwerk Kurt. I just saw an interview with him and Beehive about 2 months ago. So that's why I knew what you said as far as like the co-owner of the Atlanta Falcons player, because I think he mentioned something about how like they would like come from the stadium sometimes. Play from the stadium. And they doing. I think when like Outkast was recording Southern Playalistic or something of that sort. So yeah, I'm with you. And man, like I spent a very small time in Atlanta, and it was a struggle. And ain't gonna front. Like I ran back. I always wonder if I sat there and kind of went through the struggle, what would have happened. So to hear your story is somewhat confirmation. I mean, my journey is my journey. But I can relate to being in that city and like not knowing what's going to happen next and trying to figure things out or whatever. So just more testament of your character, more testament of your hustle, and God looking after you, man. So respect for that.
Yes, sir.
So at what point and also too, before we get into it, I got some young bucks, and I hope if they're not watching the live, they eventually listen to podcast. I got some young bucks that just either moved to Atlanta in the past year.
Okay.
Matter of fact, my man Dose Zackies, I just learned he moved to Atlanta today.
Okay. Dope.
I don't know if he moved today, but I learned he moved to Atlanta today. So shout out to Dose, man. So when I think about that, my other young Thundercats that moved to Atlanta, like it made me realize, like, yo, hopefully they'll see, like, yo, if you're going through whatever struggle,
it's part of it, bro. It's part of it, man. I always tell people that. And the crazy thing about it, even when I was going through my struggle, bro, I embraced it fully, man. Like I knew at some point, things were gonna get a whole lot better. So I looked at it as part of the process, because I could have came back home plenty of times, bro, but I refused to come back home, and I just went through it. Like, you know what I mean? I like my grandma would call me, "Is everything all right?" And I lie. I'd be like, "Yeah, it's all good," but it wasn't all good. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was hungry. I was, messed up, bro. You know what I'm saying? I can remember one time when I didn't have a place to stay. One of my homeboys he was like a maintenance man in an apartment complex, and this was like right after my car broke down. So I was on the bus and the train, and went on the train one day. I used to go all the way up 85 North just to shower in the abandoned apartment, bro, that he used to work at, and like it was tough like that. You know what I'm saying? So. But whatever I needed to do to stay there and to try to, work on my dream, that's what I was willing to do.
That's what it take, bro. That's what it take. And again, I hope anyone that's listening understand that it's not gonna come easy, and sometimes you're gonna make them sacrifices, and just keep working till you see the light at the end of the tunnel. And speaking of, what was that point? Like, what was that point when you was like, yo, I'm kind of I don't got a lot of my grandma no more until I'm because I'm actually
Yeah, well, I still remember this like yesterday, bro. And that was when shout out also to my dude Corey Anders, who was a big time engineer in Atlanta. He used to work in Patchwerk, mix engineer. He was over the internship program at the time. And I remember he hit me one day. I was in there and he was like, come meet me at Kurt's office. And I went to Kurt's office, and it was like, man, you've been doing your thing or whatever. We're gonna hire you. You know what I'm saying? So when they told me that, man, it just made me realize like all my work wasn't in vain. This is now I get a chance to actually like do this. I mean, I was doing it, like they gave us a few sessions when I was interning, but now I could actually call myself a patchwork engineer. I can, you know what I'm saying? Like it was what I was working for, bro. And that was the kind of the turning point to let me know that like I said, it was all worth it, man.
Yo, salute to that, man. Salute. Again, give you props. You get AD flowers. Man. Like I said, I was in that predicament, and I ain't gonna front. As much as I'm in a good space now, it's one of the what ifs in life. It's like, what if I had just jumped out the window and just, stayed put and went through that struggle? Because I know had I stayed where I was at that point, like it would have been me sleeping in a car, different from hotel to hotel, whatever. Also, too, I think the difference is you had a goal, and I think I was just really there. So that was another thing too. Like I wouldn't have necessarily to pursue music, and for me, I didn't really have that thing to kind of like I got to stay here and see this through. Got to see it through, my boy.
Yes, sir. All the way. You got to.
Got to. Anyway, so being at Patchwerk and how infamous that studio is, go ahead and let the people know, like, who are some of the artists that they may know that you work with. So just to flex on it, please.
Well, if anybody know me, I don't really be trying to flex, but I'll flex a little bit today.
Flex, AD, flex, bro.
Well, man, look, man, like you said, Patchwerk is legendary, bro. I mean, so anybody you can think of, bro, they done came through them doors, bro, especially Atlanta. And I've had the wonderful I break it down. Sometimes I honestly forget some of these people, bro, because I just be really focused. Like I don't be that ain't what it be about for me, but I'll break something down. So my first gold, I got my first gold plaque or whatever, and big deal was with Lloyd. Y'all know Lloyd. It was on Street Love, that album. So if y'all know that album, I worked on the song called Incredible on there, engineering and stuff like that. And then but other than that, I worked with Gucci, man. Like the time I was in there, I went up there in 06. So this is around when Gucci Man was really just starting kind of. And I even gave some beats to Gucci Man. Gucci Man got on like 3 of my beats back in the day, bro. But because I was so young, I didn't really know what to do with it. But he did. But I worked with Gucci Man. I worked with Jeezy, Monica, Latoya Luckett, Shawty Red, David Banner, Manny Fresh, a bunch of people, bro. I might, like I said, forget, but those were some of the Usher. Yeah, I worked with Usher too. So it was dope experience.
Well, we're Usher. That's it right there. That's it right there. So, Team Libra. Now, speaking of Lloyd, I just put on Facebook and I was like, I do like these rather R questions or whatever. What was it, Lloyd and what's your boy?
Oh yeah, I seen that. You put Lloyd and was it Bobby V?
Bobby V, yeah.
Yeah.
Lloyd and Bobby V, yeah. So Mr. Dickey, I mean, you want to put yourself in the hot seat.
Hey man, I'm gonna say, hey, look, Lloyd all day, bro, and not just because I work with him, but man, I definitely think Lloyd is definitely a better vocalist all day than Bobby V. I'm sorry, Bobby V, but man,
hey, it is
Lloyd got
you.
you.
It is
Yeah,
you gotta step it up, bro. Even though Bobby got to be at least in the early 40s.
Yeah. You know, he had a few little cuts that I like, but he, it wasn't no. Lloyd can sing, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, that's what got me, because what it was, I was on YouTube just going through videos. I'm like, man, go listen to some 07, 08 type vibes or whatever. And so like what happened was I played she 5'2", but not 5'2", just 5'2", and I want anyway. I flexed a little bit. Y'all heard.
Right. I hear you.
You know what I'm saying? Anyway.
I hear you.
So I heard that, and then like right behind that was it was another joint that Bobby V had with Wayne. Not the horrible. I hate that song, Mrs. Officer. It was some other song. But anyway, that's why I really came up with the question, because I was like, oh shoot, they both work with Wayne. Like, who's the better artist to work with Wayne? Yeah, and I'm sorry, people. I hate Mrs. Officer. I think Mrs. Officer is it's like the worst best song ever. Like, I hate that song.
Oh man.
Anyway, shout out my man Duck 13, aka Mo Mackey. He's an engineer himself. He said he agreed Lloyd all day.
Yes, sir.
So be it that, boom, you're in Atlanta working with these artists or whatnot. Like, who was, because especially I'm thinking you work with, you said David Banner, and who's the other artist? You said, what was it, Manny Fresh?
Manny Fresh, Gucci, Jeezy. Are you talking about producers? Also Shorty Red too. I don't know if y'all remember Shorty Red, but you know what I'm saying? That's the homie.
So he did. Was he with Gucci?
Shorty Red did Jeezy's first album.
Okay. I know that name. I know I've heard that name.
Yeah. To me, that's really the originator of the real trap music, bro. Like, I don't know if you remember the first Jeezy album, but like at the time, nobody had really heard no beats like that. You know what I'm saying? And I give it to Shorty Red. He don't get much props these days, but I'm gonna give it to Shorty Red, man.
No, he came in with Jeezy, so I knew.
Yeah.
I know whoever he was associated with, he came in with that person. He was kind of like Juvie and Manny Fresh and whatever. Exactly. So Yeah, so that's out the Shorty Red, man. Who was the most difficult? Like, if it was an artist that you was just like, yo, like, why you got me doing like 55 retakes, bro? Like,
So
first time.
For the most part, let me say this first. Like, for the most part, bro, all the artists I ever worked with and all the artists I ever even been in the room with, for the most time, they always been super cool, man. Like, you know, and I'm gonna tell you in a minute who was the most difficult. But before I say that, one of the artists in particular that, like, to me is just like one of the coolest dudes, but he used to get a bad rep is Gucci, bro. Like, everybody say Gucci this gangster, man, bro. Gucci was the coolest, most humblest dude I ever met. Like, when I met him, you know what I'm saying? Like, bro, like, the coolest, man. And so I just want to say that out of probably all the people I work with, I would say he the coolest because he give people chances, bro. He was giving, like I say, I was an intern when he got on my beats. He was in the studio one day, like, anybody got some beats? I was like, I got some, and gave it to him, went straight in there and got right on him, dog. You know what I'm saying? So, like, that was real cool to me, you know what I'm saying? And but most difficult, I'm gonna say, and this wasn't actually somebody I wasn't recording him at the time, but one of my homies is Nico Solis. He was his engineer at the time, and this is Jeezy. And the reason I'm gonna say that is because my dog was working with him, and he really been working with Jeezy from the beginning. Like, all the Jeezy big records from the beginning, my dog did it, right? And one day I was just in the studio with them, and I don't know, Jeezy was like kind of like chumping him off, dog. You know what I'm saying? And talking crazy to him, man. And I didn't respect that, man. I don't know, like, because like I say, my experience with most artists, they be cool, you know. It don't. And then my thing is, you didn't spend all this time with this dude, like, you didn't did most of your work with this guy. Why you got to talk to him like that? You know what I'm saying? And Nico eventually didn't engineer stuff no more, but like, that was one of the probably the first and only times I could really remember that I seen somebody difficult. I didn't really necessarily have a difficult time myself with anybody where I could say they was difficult, but that was one of the experiences, the things I saw that just, you know, I was like, you know.
I think what it was, I think Jeezy probably got too comfortable. You know, sometimes fools get too comfortable with you, and they feel like, you ain't going nowhere. So
right, like, you know, exactly. That might have been what it was, man. I don't know, but I ain't gonna lie. When it comes to the Gucci and Jeezy little feud, I'm Gucci all day, bro. Cause I just say that just off the people, because when I was in the studio with either one of them, Gucci, man, dog, like, that man really is a good dude.
No, you making me feel bad, bro.
I mean, you might not be, but I don't. Music wise, you might, you know, I don't know, but
that's what it is. It's like,
yeah,
like, for a minute, like, Gucci was the worst for me for like a couple of years. So it was like, dang, you a cool dude. I'm like, well,
he is, cool, bro.
Nah, I believe it, and I ain't gonna front. Like, even if my viewpoint isn't that he's my favorite, I can't, like, he ain't never had no joints. Like, especially, I think it's everybody who don't like Gucci, their favorite song is Lemonade.
Oh, whatever.
We did that one. I was like, all right, that's all right. I can rock with this one. Yeah, all right. He didn't even need a guest spot. He rocked that. But anyway, yeah, it's ain't about my preference. So boom, you in Atlanta, you're doing your thing. At what point did it come to you to say, yo, I need to take this back to the crib?
To be honest with you, it never came to that point in my mind. But I'll tell you the story how I did end up back here, you know. But initially when I left here, bro, to be honest with you, I left right out of high school, went to Full Sail. I didn't even stop in Tallahassee. I passed right through it and went to Atlanta. And I honestly always told myself I'd never come back, bro. I said I ain't never going back to Tallahassee. Ain't nothing there for me, you know. I'm going to get it, right? So so in my mind, I never really thought about coming back. But what happened was, you know, this being home, I would come back and forth a little bit every now and then, holidays, different times, and stuff like that. And so when I came back one time, you know, I happened to go out to the club, and I met the lady that's my wife today. You know, and we all know women, man. I don't know, man. It was a woman that brought me back here, y'all.
Tell it. They gonna get you.
So you know,
you ain't going nowhere.
Right? She put a, and I was like, whoa, man, it's crazy. And then eventually, probably about a year after me meeting her, I had my first child too. So when that happened, that's what really was like, okay, you know, it ain't all about you, AD, no more. You know what I'm saying? And one of the main things is I never had a father growing up. So when I always told myself, I ever have a child, I gotta be there, you know. And my wife actually had 2 kids prior to me getting with her. So she, you know, I tried to convince her to come to Atlanta. She wasn't, you know. She's like, kids, school, all that. I'm not going up there, you know. And so I had to respect it, and I wanted to be there for my son. So I moved back, and honestly, y'all, I was drudgingly moving back, but low key, it was a blessing in disguise, man. And we can talk about that, but it was really one of the biggest blessings probably in my life.
No, we believe that. We believe that. Black fathers unite, doing this thing. And that kind of lead me to something else, kind of off the path, because I think that's starting to become more of a thing. I know black fathers tend to get a bad rap, but I think that's what it is. Like you said, you growing up without a father led you to want to be a better father, and I think you're starting to see a wave of that. Especially in the past. Well, I know I've witnessed it in the past 6-7 years or whatever, of seeing, like, you know, fathers in general, black fathers in particular, really, you know, stepping up and saying, "Yo, I'm gonna be a father to my child, rather if I'm, you know, with the mother or not." And that's commendable, man. That's commendable to all those fathers out there stepping up, doing what they got to do for their children.
Yes, sir.
And so be it that, you know, you had a situation, you got the family, you got the wife, you got the kids, the bonus kids. How is it, you know, for you to balance, you know, between, you know, being the family man and then being AD the Great?
I'll be honest with you, man. It's a little tough, but my wife, honestly, bro, she makes it a lot easier than I'm sure it would be without her understanding and the love she has for me, and like she wants me to go fully for whatever I believe in my dreams, and so she supports me 100%. And so really, she helps me balance it. Like my wife stays at home. I'm actually the only person working, bro. So she's at home with the kids, you know, taking care of them and making sure it's all good. The only part with me is sometimes I'm at the studio a lot. So, you know, I'm not home as much as I would want to be. You know what I'm saying? And that kind of hurts sometimes, because sometimes even my son will make comments like, you know, Dad, you know, you're gone all the time or whatever, and that always like hits you, but you know that you working for them. You know what I'm saying? Like everything I'm doing is to try to build a better future for them. You know what I'm saying? So so it's kind of hard to balance it, but again, my wife does make it extremely better with her understanding, and she ain't ever like down my back with why you gone so long, you know, stuff like that. She let me do me. So.
And that means she's your peace.
Yes.
That's how your wife are peaceful, because that is my fee. I'm looking at it right now. I'm not gonna talk about how I ain't got my ring on right now, but that's because I ain't leave the house. I ain't leave the house.
Hey, I don't even take mine off, bro, because I'm the kind of person I forget, and I've been in lost this long time ago. I might take it out.
No, I know where it's at. I know it's at. Matter of fact, just for the people out there, once we go on this break, I'm gonna come back with my ring. Just to let y'all know, I know where it's at. But no, yeah, man. No, having that wife, it's understandable, is important, bro. And like right now, feeding been sort of quiet for the most part. And she, you know what I'm saying, she went got my drink, doing the, you know what I'm saying, the interview and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. See, you could have had one back in elementary school. You got you to fly with your Reeboks. No.
Oh man, no man. Hey, no, Felicia was cool though, man. I messed with Felicia, bro, but I was a young boy, man. You know what I'm saying?
He passed you a note. Like, you see these Nikes I got on?
My mom was my 5th grade teacher too, man.
Word?
Yeah, Miss Barbara. Tell her I said, what's up?
Oh, snap. Which one of was 5th grade teacher? Oh, snap. Yeah, I love Miss Wendy, man. That's my dog. Man, what the word is? Okay, this is what we're going to do. Hey, man, no, my mother-in-law, we got to fight now.
Yeah, man. Wait a minute. It's too much, man. It's too much.
You ain't on my mother-in-law, dog. Wendy's mine. That's my mother-in-law. Now, what? I want to say something smart about Miss Wendy, but I don't want to get in trouble. Anyway,
don't do it, bro.
I need my peace. This is what my wife is.
That's important,
man. Okay, so we're gonna go into these next tracks, and then we'll come back. We're gonna figure out what you got moving for the future, and if anybody's out there that want to obtain your services, how they can do that. So right now, I got my man Dennis Hobbs. He actually working on dropping his project soon. So y'all look out for that. We got Dennis Hobbs with Green. And then I gotta pick my man up because Florida State is trash. So I'm gonna play his joint as a pick me up for him. So I got my man Tareef Knockout.
I'm gonna need that too, man, because I'm a Florida State fan, but yeah, they garbage.
I'm glad I gave up that membership because this shit maybe I'll talk about that a little bit when we get back. Anyway, man, Tareef Knockout with Small Town, and then we'll be right back. I'm gonna get this ring. This is the Enigma Sept Hour. You got time, baby.
Spending too much time on the other things. It's pretty much like watching nothing change. Paying too much attention to the other side. Too much attention to the other side. I'm going 78 while I'm on this drive. Cruise control, I'm in this slow lane, so just go around. It's always different when we on another side of town. I ain't stressing nothing, I'm just trying to ride around. A lot of times reflecting on how it ain't all perfect. Buttering the biscuit, a life applying on purpose. If you ever been on my case, I'm sure it's wrong bird is. Staying on cue like I'm taking pics with my dog shirtless. Super long weeks came through, weekends was well worth it. Remembering in my youth, not worrying about phone service. 3G used to be enough to keep the phones working. 1X used to be the thing that made people nervous. I might have showed my age nowadays. No Wi-Fi is like the Hunger Games. I wrote this while I was waiting to get my tires changed. Cause now it's the only time I get outside of 5 days. Working on getting my energy up on Fridays. Cause when
grew up in a small town in our own world. Had a thing for this shawty, wish I knew her. but I only sit online on computer. I'm talking so bad, won't text her, I'm a call first. Grew up in a small town, in our own world. Had a thing for this shawty, wish I knew her. But I only sit online on computer. I'm talking so bad, call this signal off her. Grew up in a small town, used to stay off Wanish Way. Worked in the mall, the food court at Chick-fil-A. Even called out my name as you handed me my tray. I looked you in your eyes and still had nothing to say. The embarrassment was written all over faces. I about face and walked the other way. And to be quite honest, I can't shake it to the day. Add you to the long list of regrets in my life. Not to make matters worse, you a mother and a bride. Ask me if I'm okay, I just lie and say I'm fine. There's no queen, there's no UNITY. Pretty girls barely like nice guys. They in the pizza nights and some cheap red wine. Them South Florida beaches, you can see sunrise. I'm chasing limelight, more rhymes, score lines. If things don't work out next life, I won't think twice. Grew up in a small town, and I own.
All right, boom, 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 and we back. This is your boy Enigma September, and this is the Enigma Sept Hour podcast. And what you just heard was my man Dennis Hobbs with Green, and my man Tareef Knockout with Small Town. And I'm here with the one, the only AD 360. You know, I know that. Adrian Dickey of Goldie Sound Productions. You know what I mean? So, first of all, how heartbroken were you when you saw that last touchdown from Jacksonville State? I just want to know, like, what?
Bro, very heartbroken. I mean, they did this twice in a row, man. Like, it's like right at the last minute, man. Y'all just, you know, I don't understand, man. I don't understand.
Oh, I understand. I understand. The boy's trash. The whole program trash.
Oh, man.
The players, the fans outside of AD is not trash. I mean, trash. But outside of that, whole up and down trash. No, I know what it is. Point blank, period. Florida State needs to, as a program, needs to get that dog fight back. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
State used to be an underdog. That's how Bobby built the program. You know what I'm saying? He built it as an underdog. And so people think, from the fans, boosters, players, coaches, they think, oh, we Florida State, we supposed to win. No, you're not. You can lose. And you have been losing.
We have for a minute.
So it's just like, yo, like you got until they get off that mentality of thinking we Florida State and we just supposed to go out here and beat whoever, you're gonna continue to get beat because there's people that look at you like you Florida State. We want to whoop your ass.
Right.
That's what Jacksonville State did.
Right. And who the hell is Jacksonville State? Come on, man. Like,
actually, you know what? I told you. No, don't sleep on Jacksonville State. I remember back then when you was wearing but no, Jacksonville State, they almost beat Florida State, Bobby Bowden last year when he was just basically really Jimbo first year. But Bobby Bowden last year, because it dawned on me when I woke up this morning, they were leading through most of the game. I think they were up like 14, maybe 14-9 or something like that. Like they were up, and then at the very end of the game, Florida State scored, and then they recovered a fumble the next possession and ran it back. And that would end the game. So the score ended up being, I may have said it wrong. I think they were leading 9-7. They were beating Florida State 9-7 until the fourth quarter, until like the very last minute. And then Florida State finally scored and then scored again. And so the score ended up being 19-9. But it was the very last minute. So, no, Jacksonville, and then last year, Jacksonville State was leading going into the half, and then they turned it around the second half. Florida State turned around the second half. So, no, Jacksonville State had been on Florida State ass. They should have known better. But that Notre Dame game gassed them up, and
man. You always, I mean, that's you know what, you always gotta work, man, and play hard, no matter how many successes you've had or whatever you might think who you are. You gotta always put you know what I'm saying, to work in every time, bro. Every time.
Word. Speaking of sessions, man, because that's what you do. You know what I'm saying? You got Goldie Sound Productions. Hey, off top, where did you get Goldie Sound Productions? Like, production, yeah. Where did that name come from?
So, well, that comes from actually Goldie. A lot of people think I came up with it off of like gold regulars or just, you know, gold, whatever. But Goldie is actually my grandmother's name. And so, you know, like I mentioned earlier, my grandma raised me, you know what I'm saying? And honestly, bro, I believe my grandma saved my life, you know what I'm saying? Because she took me in when my mother left me when I was born, you know what I'm saying? So my grandmother took me in and raised me, man, and made me the man I am today. And so, you know, with Goldie, with music being my dream, and you know, when I wanted to start my own studio and business and stuff like that, I said, man, this time I'm gonna honor my grandma. I'm gonna name it after her. So that's my grandma's name, and that's why I came up with it.
Wow, bro. I would man, shouts out to Grandma Goldie, man. Respect.
Yes, sir.
Man. See, this what we do the Enigma Sept Hour for, bro. Because I would have not known. If anything, I was thinking the Mac.
Nah, man. And it's funny because now, like a lot of people who don't really know me, they'll call me Goldie. You know what I'm saying? They think that's my name or something. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, nah, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it ain't the pimp or goat. None of that. That's my grandma's name.
Yeah. No, man. And then also too, I kind of alluded to it when I was doing the promo. You know, when Mace had that verse, he's like, you know, it's the young Harlem nigga with the Goldie sound.
Yeah.
Can't hold me down. So I knew it. I didn't think that's where it was from. But every time I hear Goldie sound, like, yo, send me back to that verse. So.
But you know what? I don't know. It's funny. When I thought about it, that was nowhere in my mind. But I remember that verse too from Mace, and I'm like, damn, yeah, that go together. You know what I'm saying? But it was definitely my grandma's is the inspiration for it. But yeah, and I like it. I always felt like it had a good ring too. You know what I mean? Because it go with music as well. But you know, she was definitely the inspiration for it.
No doubt, man. That's special and that's respectable, man. So now that you've become a staple in Tallahassee, what can we and you've been doing the in the mixes, doing these mixers there at Goldie Sound Productions, allowing young artists and just artists in the area to come together and build a repertoire and basically put a name for Goldie Sounds as well. What can we look for moving forward, you know what I'm saying, from Goldie Sound Productions?
So I mean, what Goldie Sound as the studio and the media services, like you said, we offer. With me, man, as like with my old story, I'm like Puff Daddy. Won't stop, can't stop. You feel me? So we're gonna continue to grow. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna continue to go. We almost at 7 years now, believe it or not. So I'm thankful for that. You know what I'm saying? And but we're gonna continue to grow. We just built out 2 new rooms this year at the studio. So now instead of just 1 recording studio, we actually got 3 to you know, fully give all of our clients access to the studio whenever they want. We open and operate in 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So you know, Goldie Sound, you can always come and grab your session. And then as far as in the mix, gonna continue doing that. It's 2 things within the mix. We just created and did our first youth in the mix, which is a spinoff of, you know, the regular in the mix that we do, and that's geared toward, you know, youth from 10 years up to 17. And the reason we did that, man, is for one, I always had a dear spot in my heart for the youth, man. I believe that the youth are our future, you know what I'm saying? And so, you know, there's a lot of people, a lot of kids who want to do music, you know, and the first thing they think about when they want to do music is, oh, I'm gonna be a rapper, I'm gonna be a singer. But what we're trying to do is show them that there's so many other opportunities in the music field. For one, like me, engineer is one of them. Producing is one of them. You know, it's A&R and there's managing. There's a bunch of stuff that you can do in this. And you don't necessarily have to have a musical talent, you know what I mean? Or, you know, let's say you do got a talent, but we all know the chances of anybody really blowing up, as they say in the music industry, it's almost like playing the lottery, man. You know what I'm saying? Not to say that you can't, but it's the chances are, you know, it's slim chance sometimes. So these we're trying to show them that there's other career paths within the music industry that you can do, and you can make a living from this thing. You can still do what you love to do, and that's one of the messages we try to do with the youth in the mix and trying to inspire them and you know teach them some things. And then on the flip side, with the other part of in the mix, we're going to continue doing that right here in Alaska, but we also next year going to take it on the road, man. We've been doing in the mix now for almost 4 years, bro, and it's crazy. But when I started it, and shouts out to my homie DJ Lil Boy, because DJ Lil Boy, I ain't gonna take all the credit. We came up with this in the mix together. That's my homie, and every in the mix we've ever had, he's always been the DJ. And but next year we plan on taking it road, man, and we're gonna go to different cities, allowing all these independents to network, to learn, and do their thing. And then anybody who's here in Tallahassee, we're gonna have them all. We can welcome them too, so that they can come to these different cities and network. Like I got a pretty good network and resources, and so every city we go to, we're gonna make sure we have somebody that's in the industry within that city, be the special guest, speak and give a network with the artists. Because the ultimate goal with this whole indie thing is to help people take it to the next level, man. That's why we do it free of charge. It's not even a paid event. I make no money from In the Mix. It's strictly to try to help artists learn, hear some game from some people that's vets and really doing it, and then also network amongst each other and other people to take their career to the next level.
Yo, man, salute, man. Your grandma did right, man. Shouts out to grandma.
Straight up.
Raising that man. Black man came back from the big city, came back home, built his foundation, his family, and giving back to the community, man. And I do think that's important regarding the youth. I got a godson, he want to be a YouTuber. You know what I mean? So it's kind of different. Oh, snap. You want to be a rapper? You want to be a YouTuber?
Right.
All right.
Yeah, my son told me that one time. He don't want to do that no more, but he said that a couple of years as well.
Right. It was just like, oh, snap. But when you look at it and be like, they kind of
make some money. And they get some real money, bro.
Go ahead. Tell your mom myself, just go ahead. No, but anyway. But I do think it's important that the youth see that there's different venues, even in this industry, as far as the music or the entertainment or media industry, that you just don't have to be a rapper or a singer. That you can, there's a ton of things that you can do. And I tell people all the time, like, rappers usually at the bottom of the totem pole. Like, you need
they're the last to get paid. They're the last to get paid, bro. Like, I'm gonna tell you what I love about engineering. I'm gonna keep it real too. I can do what I love to do, but I get paid first. It don't matter if an album go platinum. It don't matter if it sell 2 copies. I still get paid. So yeah.
You want to get paid? I came in the game to get paid. Maybe that's what you need to do. You don't want to go to full sale. Okay. All right.
I'm just saying. And then another thing too that I tell people too with rappers and artists, especially these days, what's the lifespan of a rapper of an artist? Maybe 2-3 years if they're lucky,
Right.
But as an engineer, bro, I've been doing this, believe it or not, I ain't that old, but I've been doing it about 20 years, dog, already. So and I'm still doing it. I make a living doing it. So
right. I think I told you about Neil Pogg. That man's son out here doing it. And he's still recording. He's still recording too. You mean son?
Yeah, bro. It's cats out here, man. In the engineering game, it's cats out here that's like 60, 70 years old, still doing it, bro. I mean, even the hottest records that you're hearing, they old, bro, but they still mixing them. You know what I'm saying? They're recording them. So,
Hey, what's my man? We're going to another genre. What's my man? Butch? Was it Butch V? Whoever he produced Nirvana. I can't think. Butch something. But anyway, I know engineers be out here for a long time, and they don't. They gotta get the fourth, like it be in your face. But they, like you said, they getting that money and they getting notoriety. You know, they not be famous, but they infamous. Like, especially if you do that one good album, that one classic album. Like,
and I say engineers are getting a little bit more shine too, a little bit now. And the reason I think so is kind of a good and bad thing in my opinion. But one of the reasons I think engineers are getting more shine now is because literally in this day and age, the engineer is so important because they're damn near making the artists they're damn near making the artists. You know what I'm saying? And so that's good because now we're getting some notoriety which we in the past have really gotten. You know what I'm saying? But on the flip side of it, it's like the artists and it's just because I've been doing it for a minute, but the artists are not as good as they used to be. And when I say that, they probably good, but they're not working as hard or working on their craft as much as artists in the past did. So they lean heavily on the engineer. You know, like our guys will come in, they'll literally freestyle and be like, all right, man, take that, do whatever. But you know, and that's cool. But now the engineer has to take all of that and make it sound like something, you know. So like I said, I like the fact that now we're getting more recognition. But I remember I was in the show one time with People Bryson, right? And that's an old school singer, right? You know what I'm saying? But what messed me up, bro, was when he was in there recording, it sounded like the record straight off the mic. Like, bro, like what he was doing, I was like, bro, what in the hell? You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, he didn't mess up. It sounded perfect, bro. I was like, if I do anything, I'm mess it up. Like, but and so you know, I be always thinking about those two things, man. But I definitely love the fact too that engineers are getting more recognition.
Yeah, no doubt, man. I mean, I even say like, even though he in my top 5, like somebody like Kendrick Lamar, like he's dope lyrically, but a lot of stuff he can't do that without a dope engineer going and putting them effects. You know what I'm saying, behind his vocals and making it sound like it sound or whatever, which enhances his ability. You know what I'm saying? But then, you got some artists where, it's the engineer that's really going in there and making them sound much, much better, especially in this era. And no diss to this era, but it is what it is.
But that's just what it is now. Like that's what it, especially in hip hop, that's what it's become. And you know, things change over time. And so again, I'm thankful for it because again, like people actually know what an engineer is now, you know, and you know, they seeking out guys that's been doing it and professionals and stuff like that. And so of course it makes it better for me, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, it's a different game now. So, you know.
No doubt, bro. All right, we're gonna get up out of here, man. But before we do that, if you can go ahead and let the people know how they can get in contact with you, you know what I'm saying, so they can utilize the services that you are providing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. So we got a few different ways. Of course, you can go visit us on social media. The IG, is Goldie Sound. That's GOLDIE SOUND. That's Goldie Sound at Goldie Sound on IG. On Facebook is Goldie Sound Productions. And we also have a website, www.goldiesound.com. You can check out us on any one of those platforms. If you want to book a session, you can go to our website and book it right from the website. You got the calendar, everything there. You pick the date, your time here, and then you can pay and all that good stuff right there. Or you can just give us a call, man, 850-629-0381 and book a session with us anytime, or get some of our other services, which, like you mentioned before, we do graphics, we do websites, we do all of that. So just hit us up and inquire about it. We do free studio tours, also do free consultations too. So if you're an artist, you're just starting out, or even if you've been doing it for a minute and you're just trying to figure out, man, you know, what's the next step or what should I be doing, hit us up and I can help you with that as well.
All right, bet that up, man. Again, shouts out to my man Mo Mackey, aka Duck 13, aka Joey Hustle. He's gonna be on the podcast soon enough. I know he's an engineer and a producer, so I know he was eating some of that up. So man, I appreciate you, Duck. Before we get up out of here, first of all, man, AD, I appreciate you, dog. I know your time is valuable, you know what I'm saying? And so you come, reaching out to your boy and doing this, man, is greatly appreciated, bro. For real.
For sure.
And also too, this ain't gonna be your last time. I'm gonna bring you back on the podcast sooner than later.
Hey man, I'm whenever, man. Hey, listen, man. Whenever you want me on here, I'm here, bro. Like I like what you're doing too, and I'm just as honored to be on the show and to because I think like you said, there's other people out here that's traveling a lot similar journeys or whatever the journey may be, and I know for me, it was always important to look at others and their story to figure out how to navigate my own path and stuff like that. And so I love what you're doing, man. And anytime I'm on it.
No doubt. Also too, once Fee get rich for all these businesses she doing, I'm gonna have enough money to actually do the podcast in the studio instead of doing it at home.
Man, anyway, we can get something up. Let me know, bro.
So anyway, let me get up out of here. Next week, guys, very special guest coming through. Matter of fact, I already said my man Joker. Y'all make sure to stay tuned for that because we already got it recorded. So it's already in the bag. And then so you guys, again, also make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, hit that share button, whether you're on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, or whatever you listen to podcasts. I appreciate you guys. Be safe out there. And this is the Enigma Sept Hour podcast. You got time, baby.